Yo, what's good, people? It's man like Jamo. So I went to a Motorola press briefing the other day in Belgrade to see the release of their latest smartphones. Right now, we're talking about the Motorola Edge 50, the standalone. It's not the Fusion, it's not the Neo, it's not the Ultra, and it's not the Pro. It's the 50 standard on its own. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, people. So I can't lie, it was actually quite a fun trip to Belgrade, Serbia. Never been there before in my life. They had a basketball theme going on because I think Motorola are sponsors of some kind of basketball thing in Europe going on at the moment. I actually don't know about basketball whatsoever. So that stuff is going on. Motorola are sponsoring it. So they were doing a basketball theme and they literally invited us to like a big basketball stadium for us to check out the phone and obviously shoot some hoops at the same time. Now, in terms of design, I'm at risk at sounding repetitive because the whole Motorola Edge 50 lineup looks the same design language, which is good, by the way. I love the textured backs. Sometimes it's a fake leather, sometimes it's a kind of felt velvety kind of thing going on. This one looks quite a lot like the Ultra, especially when it's got the peach colorway. It's got the triple camera and the flash in the top left corner. It looks nice, man. Definitely not complaining about it, and it definitely looks premium. Now, I'll throw the specs up on the screen, but in terms of processor, we're looking at Snapdragon 7 Gen 1, 8GB to 12GB of RAM, and 256 to 512GB of storage, 5000 mAh battery with 68-watt turbo power. Not the fastest charging rate, but a very fast charging rate for a Motorola phone, and we even got the wireless charging in there as well. Now, moving on to the screen, we've got a 6.7-inch POLED screen. It goes up to 120Hz refresh rate as well. So you can definitely get some good gaming going on that screen. You got 1600 nits of brightness as well. So that's relatively bright when you're outside, fam. You shouldn't have to cover it from the sun or anything like that. You also got the IP68 waterproofing thing, which means you don't have to hide it from the water. Now we'll move on to camera. I didn't really get to play around with the camera that much. I did use it in the dark conditions and I did use it a little bit outside. But basically you're getting 150 megapixel wide camera, which is just the normal standard camera that you're going to use for like Instagram, WhatsApp and stuff like that, FaceTiming, all them things there. And also on the back you got a 13 megapixel ultra wide and you got a 10 megapixel zoom telephoto lens as well. Now on the front, we've got 32 megapixel f2.4 camera there. Now across all cameras from our videographers, we're looking at 4K 30 maximum frame rate. 1080p 60 is available, but only on the main sensor. The other sensors top out at 1080p 30 frames per second. But I guess 4K 30 across the board is nice. Would have been nicer for 4K 60 on the main sensor perhaps. Would have been even nicer for 4K 60 across the board. But it is what it is. Anyway, people, that's my 2 pence. Wanted to show you guys my first hands-on impression with the Motorola Edge 50, especially as it's the standard device in the Motorola Edge 50 lineup. And I feel for companies, the standard device is quite important because when iPhone, I don't know, they released the iPhone 16 or they released the iPhone 17, whatever, the iPhone 16 will be the bog standard premium device that Apple want you to have. And then anything after that, which has a suffix which is Pro or Lite or whatever, is either side of that phone. So this should be in the middle kind of thing. This should be what, you know, Motorola are saying, this is what we want you to have. Or you can go higher and get the Pro version of this. Or if you want this, but you want it a little bit cheaper, you can get a lighter version of this. Whereas this Motorola Edge 50 seems to be at the lower end of their premium range already, which is quite strange. It's very strange. Obviously, you got the Pro that's on top of it. You've got the Ultra that's on top of it. I think even with the specs that are going on here, the Fusion is also on top of it. And even the Motorola Edge 50 Neo seems to be slightly underneath it in terms of specs. Only slightly though, like you wouldn't even notice it. So it's a very weird place that they've put this Motorola Edge 50. But yeah, it is what it is. And the pricing will really dictate where it really sits in the Motorola Edge 50 lineup. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And make sure you like and subscribe for more comments like this.